Welcome to Russia, the largest country in the world. With a population of over 144 million, containing almost 200 different ethnic groups and nationalities, an area of 17 million square kilometers, and a span of 11 time zones, Russia has a rich and diverse culture.
Our country is not only the largest, but also one of the northernmost countries in the world. We are bordered by 14 European and Asian countries. Our capital, Moscow, lies in the western portion. Other major cities include St. Petersburg, Yekaterinburg, Novosibirsk, and Nizhny Novgorod. In our country lies Lake Baikal, the world's largest freshwater lake. Some of our major rivers include the Volga, Don, Oka, Neva, and the Ob, Yenisei, and Lena. Fun fact, Russia actually has 4 seasons, just like Maryland. It also has 4 climate zones. Temperatures range from negative 83 degrees Fahrenheit to 105 degrees Fahrenheit.
Our country's religious makeup includes a majority of the population identifying with the Russian Orthodox Church, 10 to 15% as Muslim, 13% as atheists, and 7% with other sects of Christianity. Onion domes on top of churches are common in Russia. Some people believe they represent burning candles to heaven, and they usually appear in groups of 3, which represents the Holy Trinity.
Fun fact! Not all Russians are communists. In 1991, the ideology was discredited, and there are still a few people today who believe in the traditional communist ideas.
Our government is currently a federation state. Russia was a communist state for over 70 years, which formed the Soviet Union. In 1991, the Soviet Union disassembled. Vladimir Putin has been the leader of Russia since 1999. Our people get majority of our government information only from our televisions because Putin claims he wants to protect our citizens. Putin also presents himself as being a leader who has the nation's best interest in mind, although most of us, citizens of Russia, do not feel that this is reflected. Many of us have accused Putin of undermining Russia's institutions and democratic development.
During its time under Soviet leadership, our economy was dominated by industrialization. Russia now operates as a free market economy, and its main exports include oil, petroleum, and natural gas. 1/5 of the country's wealth is generated in Moscow, and the primary form of currency is the ruble. Since Putin has become president, he has changed and made our country more powerful for the sake of the country. Putin is now spending more money than any other Russian leader in our military forces.
My favorite traditional Russian food is borscht, or beet soup. I also like to eat piroshkis, which are buns commonly filled with potatoes, cabbage, meat, or cheese. To drink, we have tea or vodka. Russia's cultural dimensions include high power distance, high uncertainty avoidance, and high levels of long-term orientation. It has relatively low masculinity and individualism, and very low indulgence. Our less individualistic culture leads us to have a high level of loyalty to our families. Despite Russia's massive size, the majority of our wealth is found in Moscow. People show a lot of respect for those who hold positions of power and the elderly. Citizens in this former Soviet state find themselves uncomfortable with uncertainty and find comfort in the long term. Russians are disciplined and focus on working hard rather than indulging. The most well-known craft to Russian culture are Russian nesting dolls, or matryoshka dolls, which are painted dolls that stack inside each other, decreasing in size. Ballet is a popular and traditional form of performance art in Russia. Traditional Russian music includes works by Ilya Tchaikovsky, such as pieces from the Swan Lake and the Nutcracker. But today, Popular Russian music includes techno, hip-hop, and rap. Raves and musical events are popular for young people to go to in Russian cities.
The United States and Russia have more differences than similarities. Our country's population is 144 million, while the United States population is roughly 321 million. Both the United States and Russia need a president to be elected by nationwide vote. In the United States, a president can only be re-elected once, and they can serve up to 8 years. However, in our country, we used to have that same law, but in 2006, Vladimir Putin extended the presidential ruling from 4 years a term to 6 years. Even though Putin has been in office for many years, not all of us are happy with him being in office.
We Russians are very superstitious. For example, we love to give flowers as gifts, but consider it bad luck to give an even number of flowers except at funerals, and they should never be yellow. Also, never refuse food or drink. While we should leave a little bit of food on our plates to show we are full, a group eating together must finish any open bottles of alcohol. While a peace sign might be fun in your culture, this is considered very rude in Russia. Lastly, Russians are stereotyped as serious and rude for a reason. In our culture, we only smile when we really mean it. It is not because we are rude, we just prefer to smile only when we feel the occasion really deserves it. We are serious when first meeting one another, and honest and direct after we become acquainted.
From the market's point of view, our biggest problem is geopolitics. Within our giant landmass, keeping Siberians and Far Easterners paid and in expanding regional economies is a difficult task, no matter who is in the Kremlin. Our government keeps our country together by redistributing wealth to interior regions. However, the situation is worsening over the years and might possibly reach a tipping point within 20 years. We are already witnessing some of this unrest with our truckers' union strike. We are our own biggest problem.
There is much culture to be enjoyed in our country, whether interests reside in the classics or modern electric styles of music. Come join us.